Hello guys, welcome back to another Reforged video. We just have a simple 1v1 here. We have TUCKTHEGAMER myself versus Kesselring, now known as ARAGORN. He changed his username just recently. So we do have a different video from, God, I stuttered there for a bit, from all the ref battle replays I've been doing. So I'll just start with the army comps here. We have 3 units of Napatunes. We have 4 Mamluks, I believe, and 1 General's Bodyguard. We also have 3 Hashishim in the middle and 2 Tabardaria Axemen on this flank and another 2 on the other flank. We'll just go to the opposition's army, which is England. We have 2 Hospitaller in the rear here, a GB and a Hobbler. So only 4, but the rules for this one were max 5 cav, no guns, pretty standard. We've got his retinue longbowmen, 4 units of them, already retreating as he sees the rush. He's got the stakes out here as well, which is good to see. Some Sherwood archers, 2 units of them, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So he's got that extra unit there of armored swordsmen, opposed to the standard 4. So we'll get into it here. So a rush with Egypt is something I don't do too often, but the Napatunes, especially if they're not banned, are very deadly. As they just make units break very quickly. So we've got a bit of a counter charge here. See what they can do. Hospitaller against Mamluks. I think they have the better charge, but these will be better in the fight. Although these longbows are going to do some hefty damage with the right angle here. Getting a couple shots direct, but mostly overhead. We got the main forces arriving here, the Napatune's going berserk here. And that's going to do some damage. The armored swordsmen are going to get to that unit, unfortunately. But the Hashishim holding that front line, the flanking charge from these axemen. Brutal fight in here, backed by some axemen as well. Back on this side, we had a quick engagement here. And the GB against the Royal Mamluks, backed by axemen as well. Axe is pushing really deep here into the enemy lines. I've found the Sherwood archers can actually hold their own in melee for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's the double hit points. We've got a bit of a break here. He has some Hospitaller yet, but they're going right away, leaving free range here. And this Napatune, I think 1 Napatune, yeah, is free, while the rest are in melee. Big break here. There goes England's general. So it's looking kind of dire for England right now, especially these Napatunes down the centre. Cav winning most of these engagements here. Hobbler should break to those axemen. What else? We have the General's Bodyguard. Retinue longbowmen wavering. Shouldn't last too long in there. Although they have some reinforcements from the Hospitaller. Should help out a little bit. Napatunes, I think I'm trying to fire them at this unit, although they're done now. This is probably the biggest threat currently. Although big break there, just from that unit of Nafs there. And next target is that, I assume. Cav-wise, looking pretty even. England's managed to hold on to the majority of his cav. There goes my general, being Egypt's. And then both generals are dead, so fortunately his general did die first. So a lot of his men are already routing, which makes things easier on my end. Napatune's pushing up here, big break. I doubt they return to the fight. Break here. Up comes the Hashishim. Should clear out them reasonably fast. England's cav finally breaking after that nav shot. Looks like my 2 units of bodyguard left. Here comes some armoured swordsmen. Basically at this point after the rout, it's a chase down this corridor here. So Hashishim finishing them off. Batabaria, along with some more Hashishim joining the fight here. Longbows shouldn't last too long there. Setting up the cav here. Also some Royal Mamluks left, trying to do what they can. And Hashishim sort of taking a little longer than expected here. Some more armored swordsmen. It's more, at this point, it's more of just trying to clear them out as fast as possible. You always find that in pitch battles, especially once the cav starts to run low. A lot of the archers will just keep fleeing and returning to the fight, especially if they got a healthy unit. That, although these are wavering, these shouldn't last too much longer. These axemen in a bit of an awkward spot here. Yeah, these Sherwood archers, man, they held for a bit. Again, I assume it's a double hit points they have. Armored swordsman taking down a bodyguard. Last of my cav. Though I've got one more there. Hashishim. There goes that unit. And pretty much it's all cleared up here. All of these are dead. And the Tabaria trying to go for those retinue longbowmen. Eventually. Gone for these for now. Breaking. So that pretty much ends the fight, guys. I mean, I've really just got to clean up this mess that's happened here. I think he admits defeat here, yeah. 81 to 82, so very close still, indeed. Especially after the general died. Really, he came down to the naps doing so much work, and the bodyguard getting a fair amount of kills there. I did hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next battle replay.